Hi, I'm Chuck Dorsett for Weaver Leather Supply. How about a gift guide for our spouse, significant other, family, friends, folks that would like to buy us a gift but have no idea what to look for? I'm going to do my best to make this easy. So we're going to look at some products here that I would love to receive as a gift and that would definitely be a big help to me in my shop. In fact, we're going to take the guesswork out of it. I'm going to drop in a SKU number. You'll know exactly what to look for. But before we go there, this just needs to be said, all right? So one big apology from all of us to all of you. We know we fill the house with dye fumes. We borrow stuff from the kitchen and we don't return it. Or worse, we return it with dye on it. So for all these things, one big apology from all of us to all of you. But at the same time, I hope you get some pretty projects out of our shop. All right, so let's do this. Let's start with some stocking stuffers, inexpensive. Then we're just going to work our way up from there. We've got 5 products here we can't go wrong. Absolutely. And first up, our Ritza Tiger thread, simply because hand sewing such a big part of our craft. We've got some gorgeous colors in this. Now we've got 4 sizes, but I typically like the 0.8 millimeter. It's a good medium-sized thread. I love the white, but again, we've got some beautiful colors. And with those, John James hand sewing needles. This is the number 18. That's my favorite size. That's a good quality needle. In fact, I've never broken one. I bent one pretty badly, but let's don't go there. All right, so a great invention in leathercraft. This is called the Permalock needle. It's for lacing. It's a tube, but right here, the end is threaded. So we cut a taper on our lace and we simply screw that on and it bites well. We've got 3 sizes, but the Super Jumbo, that's my favorite size for the majority of the lacing I do. Next up, I love adding an antique to my projects. Well, typically, we've always had about 5 colors. Right here, we now have a neutral, and I'm almost betting your leather crafter doesn't have this in their shop. But what this allows is now we can mix this with any one of our 30-something colors of Angelus paint, and we can get some gorgeous colors of antique. My favorite here, Prince Purple. That is beautiful. Last up, our rivets, and again, because we use these on every project. This is a double cap rivet. It's my favorite rivet. It's the only one I use. We've got this in 3 sizes. But we sell these in small packs, so you can get the small, medium, and large, or technically the 1/4 inch, the 5/16, and the 7/16, and it's not terribly expensive. But we absolutely set up our leather crafter with everything they need. Now, finishes, 6 different colors here. I like the antique nickel, but I also think the antique copper, one of my favorites. Here's 2 inexpensive items that aren't necessarily going to fit in a stocking, but I burned through both of these. First off, our pattern sheeting, always welcome in my shop. Makes a great pattern. It's easy to cut, easy to mark, but it's very durable. I use this on almost every pattern. Now, if your leather crafter does any type of carving, right here, that's a must-have. That's our tracing film. In fact, I moved through this so fast, I buy this 10 yards at a time. Here's a few more ideas for our leather crafter if they carve or they tool leather. Well, first off, we've got to have a good swivel knife. This is one of my favorites. This is our Ergo swivel knife. It's a good quality tool, comfortable in my hand, comes with a blade, but it's an affordable swivel knife. Like I said, one of my all-time favorites, and we've got a big selection of blades that we can buy separately. If we really want to take it up a step, that's our Master Tool swivel knife. Barry King actually makes these for us. Absolutely a high quality tool, and again, a large selection of blades to go with this. An absolute necessity in my shop because I like to do a lot of feathers. This is a hair tool. That's going to put the finishing touches on a feather or anything with hair or fur. And last up here, Barry King Maul, top shelf absolutely. The things I love about this, stacked leather handle. We've got brass fittings. The head is actually ribbed to keep us from mishits. But the 2 sizes here I love the most, 24 ounce and 32 ounce. There's a high probability that your leather crafter doesn't have any of these 3 tools, but they're all go-to tools for me. First off, our leather scissors. The one thing I love about these, long reach. These are 10.5 inches long. I've got 9 pair of scissors in my shop. This is my go-to pair. Now on this. This is a simple leather gauge. It's going to tell us how thick the leather is that we're working on. Well, here's a good point. Very few of us crafters have a leather gauge simply because there's a preconceived notion that's going to be an expensive instrument. Actually, very reasonable. So a good option for our leather crafter. And last up, CS Osborne Wing Divider. That is the highest quality wing divider I have ever seen. Something I love about this, 11-inch spread on these, but that is a solid quality tool. If you want to bring a smile to your leather crafter's face, Master Tool punches, absolutely. It's the highest quality punch I've ever used. Now we've got an English punch, or a belt tip punch, round end and oblong. We've got multiple sizes in all three of these. So if you're unsure, well, first off, pretty recognizable tool. So sneak into your leather crafter shop, figure out what size they have and what they don't have. That's easy to figure out. But if they don't have a Master Tool, that's going to make a happy camper. Now a round knife, iconic leathercraft tool. Even if we don't use one, we've got to have a round knife in our shop. This is a very affordable, very high quality tool. And again, not just made in the U.S., made very close to Weaver. And our leather crafter also gets to make a project for that one. So that's a great option. And last, my go-to mallet. This is our 11-ounce rawhide mallet, and it is one of my favorites. And last up, the heart of our craft, the leather. Now, I know this can be extremely confusing. If you don't work leather, I'm going to make it easy. And we've got 3 price points here. Any one of these is going to bring a smile to your leather crafter's face. So right here, it's a single shoulder. The 2 things I like most about this, the cost and the quality. It's a smaller cut. Now, weights. Multiple weights in leather, but I would suggest go with an 8 to 9 ounce. That's a standard belt weight, but it's a standard weight for all kinds of projects. We can't go wrong there. Next up, this is a V-cut double shoulder, single shoulder, double shoulder. So this is about twice the footage here, but the cost on this, very affordable, and it's a good quality piece of leather. Last up, if we want to go all out for our crafter, this is my favorite. This is the Shaheen Leather Strap Side. It's a little expensive, but if we're going to tool or we're going to carve, that is the way to go. And one more point, spin through our website. We've got all kinds of gorgeous leathers. You know what? If you get something you like, very likely you can petition for a very nice project. I hope I've given you some good options here. And like I said, maybe take a little bit of the guesswork out of it. But the biggest point, no matter what you get us, we're going to love it because it came from you. That's all that matters. Good luck with your gift giving.